Oh man, it's a good morning to be me. I woke up feeling horrible, but now I've done my stuff, I feel good. Like, man, I swear that's part of life. I don't think I've ever had a time in my life where I've woken up feeling like good. Like, very, very, very few times do I wake up in the morning feeling good. Most of my life has been like a little battle in the morning to feel good and to get better again, like, you know, or to like just feel normal or myself. Exercise, meditation, all that stuff is a must. See, this is what I always struggle with, right? So we're going to get philosophical this morning, and we're probably not going to put it in the video. But this is what I struggle with. Sit down and listen. People always say, like, follow the happiness, follow what you want to do, what you feel like doing, all that stuff. But what if everything you've ever done in your life is a struggle to get amped for? You know what I mean? Like, this is not a struggle to get amped for. Like, I like riding my motorbike, I like learning about history, but like I have to put in effort, right? And people make it out like there's this one thing where you won't have to put in any effort, like you'll just be like, yeah, that's me, I'm obsessed, I want to do that. And like, in some ways I feel like that about learning, definitely, and things like I just do those things naturally, like, and I love to do it, and it's not really a sweat off my back, but I still have to get up and force myself to start the process. Otherwise, if I was just to do what I would feel like, I'd probably just lay in bed a little bit longer. I would probably not work out. I would probably maybe, I don't know, play some fucking video games or something. You know, I'd probably just be a lazy bastard, really. Like, if I only ever read books when I felt like reading books, I would never finish any books. And I like the fact that I finish books. Like, it's not like a chore. Like, I start it and I'm like, okay, first 10 minutes is like, fucking hell, man, why am I doing this? And then after those 10 minutes, you're like, oh, this is awesome. Okay, I'm really get really into it. I find it hard to discern in life what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do, because there's this whole thing going around now where it's like, you gotta be obsessed. You gotta be like, that's your thing. Like, no one can tell you no. You know what I mean? And there are very few people who are like that. I really do believe that. Like, there's not that many people who are like that. The one thing they're obsessed with. If I was going to say the one thing I'm obsessed with since I was little, and I know this, is to do with fighting. It's to do with fighting. It's to do with war. It's to do with history. Maybe the history part isn't exactly what it is, but I love war stories. War stories. They just encapsulate me. I don't know, man. I'm just like, fuck, I can't stop reading. But it has to be a story. Like, the history stuff, I read about it and I'm like, it's cool to know the facts, and I'm so glad that I do it and I know the facts now, and it's cool. I love it. Like, the whole trip in Laos was based off a history book that I read, a couple of history books. If I'd never read that, I would have never had that fucking amazing trip, you know? And that's where I get a little bit confused with the lines. But if it's a story about war, I notice myself, I lose myself. I'm like, oh, I can't stop reading this. Like, when I hear it's like, this guy got shot, this guy's guts got blown out, this guy got fucking, his limbs flew off, he was screaming for his mum, he was going, mama, mama, mama. I can't stop reading that shit. I hate it. To read about it, like, it makes me, you know, I sometimes read that stuff and I sometimes get really emotional. I think, fuck, man, it's such a pointless waste of life. But I can't start reading it. And I don't really know how to incorporate that into what I do. Like, I feel like I'm doing it to the best I can right now, because I know that's what I should be doing something with for a living. I know that because I really enjoy it. I love going to museums. Like, as a kid, man, I remember being in the World War II museum, and I just could not leave without reading everything. I had to know everything. And look, that's maybe my obsession, but am I like every single day reading about war stories? Nah. Well, I mean, I am now, because, like, you know, I want to learn more. But I don't know, I think that's the crux with life, man. You realise that pain is temporary, feelings are temporary, whatever, right? And stop trying to find the thing you're obsessed with, and do the thing you like, but just do it more, and accept that there will be pain and points where you don't so much enjoy it. And that's part of the process. Because honestly, you can get lost, man, and I have myself got lost doing this, trying to find something. where I'm like, when I find that, everything will work out. When I do this, everything will work out. Everything will be okay. Dude, it's not what it is. Maybe because I haven't found it yet, I don't know. And some people maybe would be like, oh, you haven't found it yet, and put it in the comments. Please do. I would love you to share your story, man. I'm not being a dick. Please share how you found it with us. You know, waking up at 5 a.m. every morning ain't pretty. You know? Especially, like, let's say you got kids or whatever. The screaming kids. It ain't pretty. But do you love your kids? Yeah, you would do anything for them, right? Of course, I don't know. I'm not a father, but if I had a kid, I would do fucking anything for him. I would fucking kill for my kid, you know what I mean? I think about my future kid and I think, I'm gonna love that thing so much I never knew it was possible. You know what I mean? Like, I think about that from time to time. Anyway. But does it mean you're gonna be like, whoa, this is great all the time? Nah! I reckon like 80% of the time you're gonna be like, please darling, let daddy rest. You know? Anyway, fucking morning rant done. I don't know what I'm pissed off with, but I'm pissed off with someone. Maybe it's myself. Maybe it's people that put all this shit online. It's like, gotta find your passion, find your happiness, follow your happiness. It's like the people I've met that follow their happiness look depressed as fuck. That sounds depressing, man, but it's not. You find something that you really like and you're good at and you do that. I don't know, that's simple, right? I don't know, maybe? Anyway, yeah. Asked myself a lot of questions recently and that's why that came up. And yeah, the problem I'm having right now is money, because I really do. I love this thing. I really do. I really want to fucking do it. But when you spent 3 months making a video and it made you 30 quid, it makes you very much question. Okay, maybe I do need to get a job, you know? Like, I mean, I don't right now. I've got enough money, it's fine. But thanks for listening, whoever you are. You're just a camera to me. But it's nice. It's like camera therapy. With a beautiful. Alright, now I'm going to go read about men getting blown up in Afghanistan. And then hopefully I don't get blown up in Afghanistan.
At home I used to like books about war, but here I carried doomers around with me. At war, you don't want to talk about war.
Isn't that fitting for what we were talking about this morning? I mean, I read about war and I would never want to go, to be honest with you, but I do love books about war.